How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a brilliant day. Today we're taking a look at another round of Barbarian Camp Destruction on the Capital Raid weekends. Attacking the first, second, and third raids right off the bat, not allowing anyone to steal the bases. And we're going to try and get them fully taken out in 2 attacks. Now all of the strategies are going to be very similar. Going to be using the air version of the graveyard spam strategy, consisting of the 3 graveyard spells, 1 lightning, mostly the rocket balloons, and then a couple of troops, at least on the first attack, to create better deployment zones. So the big thing with the rocket loons, and why they're so powerful against the barbarian camp, is that there are a lot of ground targeting defenses, so you gotta use air, in my opinion, and then a lot of times the bases are very clumped together, so a lot of times you can deploy 1 pack of rocket balloons, zoom towards the first defense, take it out, and then sometimes make it to a second defense. So they're very powerful. But where do we place the graveyards? So with the air attacks, your highest priority to take out are the rocket artilleries and the air bombs. So great targets are the rocket artilleries, and then typically a back end air bombs or air defense, sometimes a Tesla will pop, or rapid rockets, just somewhere where you think the balloons will eventually end up. And then your goal on the first attack is to take out 2 of those splash targeting defenses. So either 1 air bombs, 1 rocket artillery, 2 air bombs, 2 rocket artilleries, however you want to do it. And ideally you want to try and spot bases that have weaknesses. So we have this base that has a very, not exposed, just very close air bombs that we can take out. And we've also got direct pathing to the rocket artillery now. So I was hoping that these balloons were going to take out the rocket artillery. They did path upwards, so not the end of the world. Typically if you have the pathing set up so that your balloons will directly take out the defense, you don't always have to take out 2 of the splash targeting defenses. What you do want to do is also have around 35–40% of the base taken out, and if you haven't taken out the rocket artilleries, you want them to be at half health, so that way that the next round of air skeletons that come out of the graveyard spell, those will actually take out the rocket artillery without your balloons having to be forced to go over in that area. So we distract with 1 pack of minions, the air bombs and the rocket artillery, take out the rocket artillery, which is perfect. Next set of balloons takes out the bottom air bombs. So very quickly, within a few packs of balloons, we're down to 2 defenses remaining. We've got the rocket artillery and the air bombs. Again, the graveyard air skeletons take out the rocket artillery. So now we're left with just 1. It's perfect. So that's really the whole thing you have to mostly worry about is, of course, the back end air targeting defenses, and then can your balloons take out that last splash defense. So we had 1 heroic balloon make it over, take out the air bombs, which is perfect. And then we can directly target the last air defense, and nothing left but the cleanup. Very nice 3-star. Even got a bonus of 240, which is perfect. So next up, taking a look at another barbarian camp, another 2-shot. Let's jump in and see how we plan and destroy this base. My goal is that hopefully you guys can replicate some of these attacks, at least on the earlier side, like all the way up to the capital peak level 10. Once you're maxed out capital peak level 10, I do believe that the strategies change, but until then, for a long while, you can always use and abuse the strategies that work, that are super powerful. So on this base, it's a little bit different. You know, we've got sort of 1 exposed air bombs on the right hand side, a lonely back end rocket artillery, which will take out no problem, then some centralized air bombs on the back end. And then they've got this front side rocket artillery. So we have to do things a little bit differently. We have to take out some of the defenses before we can really deploy our barbarians to clear out these trash buildings so that we can move up the deployment zone. We do take out the left side defenses, so the left side of the base is open for deployment, which is perfect. And then we are just slowly moving our way in the backside of the base. Got one more pack of balloons, trying to figure out which defense might go down, what can I actually target with them. Let the barbarians die out. And where did I do? Oh yeah, I went for the air defense on the left-hand side. So we were able to take out 2 of the splash targeting defenses. Took out both of the rock artilleries. So we're left with just the remainder 3 air bombs. So we're going to be focusing on this right-hand side a little bit more, and then we're going to be trying to sneak in some balloons on the left-hand side. Always good to deploy 1 pack of balloons per air targeting defense, except if it is an air bombs or a Tesla or rocket artillery. Those ones are a little bit beefier, a little bit more hit points. So typically you want to drop 2 packs of rocket balloons, so 4 balloons total. Other than that, it's helpful if you can, if you have a pack of minions to distract an air bombs, and then send in up 2 packs of balloons. Those help out a bunch. Because otherwise those 2 packs of balloons that you send to the air bombs, a lot of times they will be directly targeted, and all 4 will get slammed by the air bombs. So we are looking pretty good on this base. All the defenses are down. Even have 1 pack of spare rocket balloons just in case. It's always good to hold on to 1 or 2 extra packs just in case you need them for a tricky spot on the tail end of the base. But last, but certainly not least, we'll take a look at one more Barbarian camp. A little bit more tricky. This one is, they got the level 5 rocket artilleries, got some higher upgraded air bombs, which would be cool, but they have an exposed air bombs. So they had 2 layers of walls here, so I opted to send in 1 ram and then let those barbarians from the rams take out the next wall, because the rocket loons, they're pretty quick. You can usually deploy them all within like 1 minute, so time is usually not an issue. But I wanted to bring in the 1 barbarian to clear out some of the stuff on the left hand side, and then they only have these 3 like horizontal lines of walls, so I brought in the 3 rams to open up deployment into the core of the base. There's not too many single target defenses on this right hand side. Get a little bit of funky deployment on the other ram, which is no worries, but our final ram does a good job, so we'll at least be able to get deployment into the like 2nd layer of defenses eventually. So drop down the graveyards, of course, over the 2 rocket artilleries, then 1 over the centralized air bombs. Now it is deployment time. Doing 1 pack of balloons per air targeting defense, and trying to hopefully get some of these balloons to the rocket artilleries. We did take out the 1 air bombs, which is perfect, and it looks like we're getting the rocket artilleries to about half health, so not too worried if we don't take them out. We do directly target the bottom side artillery, which is very, very nice. So now on the 2nd attack, we only really have to worry about this top side of the base, the 2 air bombs that are very healthy, and the rocket artillery. Not a whole lot to talk about on the right hand side of the base, just a couple bomb towers. This back end rapid rockets, if it was a level 5 rapid rockets, it could be kind of scary, because it could take out a lot of balloons, but just going to be focusing on trying to slam and overpower this left side and try to spread out the balloons. Ideally, if you can, you want to try and deploy them like in a line or in like a surrounding motion, so that they all don't clump up and stack on top of an air bombs or a rocket artillery. It's great for taking them out, but if another air bombs or rocket artillery hits that pack, the attack is essentially over, because you just lost like 80% of the health on all of your balloons, which is very, very scary. Very hard to recover from. So we do also have a back end Tesla. So that's where this, if this rocket, rapid rockets was a little bit higher, could be a little bit closer, because the rapid rockets do a pretty good job of taking out balloons on the approach to them. So be careful of that. If there's ever a 2-pack of rapid rockets on like a very back corner section of the base, it's definitely an anti-air section, so you might want to try and get that taken out on the front side of the attack. But there you have it, another beautiful 2-shot, 3-star, lots of points. Got over 31,000 this weekend, which is kind of crazy. And yeah, I highly encourage you guys to use the air version of the Graveyard Spam strategy. Got a bunch of videos covering this topic. Pretty much once a week do the Barbarian Camp Destruction, looking at either 2 or 3 bases, either in depth or rather quickly. This was rather quickly, looking at 3. And there are some more videos on the screen if you want to keep on watching. And make sure to like and subscribe if you like my channel and want to help me out. Getting pretty close to the 1,000 subscriber mark, which is awesome. And I'll probably be doing my first Q&A video, answering all the questions. And the best way to ask questions is on the Discord. You know, YouTube does a pretty good job of tracking them, but as soon as I reply, it's hard to look back on them. So I'm trying to hopefully get everyone that wants to ask questions on the Discord, and then it's a lot easier to just scroll through, and just easier for me. Long story, longer. So hopefully you have a great day, and until next time, take care.